ונזכר מפסוק זה ברבוס פרשת זבוב דף ק"ל עמוד בייז. זוהר חילי ג' פרשת שמות דף טס א', פרשת בו דף ל"ח עמוד בייז, ושלח דף נ"ג עמוד א', נ"ד סוף עמוד א', משפטים דף קכ סוף עמוד א', תזריע דף נ"ו סוף עמוד א'. So פרשת שלח קע"ו כי מי כי נון יומני לא ינחלו. It says in Zohar Shlach, like the days, what are like the days of Yetzias Mitzrayim? Like those supernal days. V'yishlomar, we can say Yetzias Mitzrayim b'chinas Yemei Olam, that going out of Mitzrayim. What's the concept is the days of the world, and that says on the bottom. Yemei Olam Re'eh b'zeh l'kutei Torah sof Parshas Re'eh, about the concept of Yemei Olam and its connection to Yetzias Mitzrayim, the days of the world, the midos of Zah. Moshe Kosov Yizkor Yemei Olam Moshe Amo, like it says that he remembered the days of the world. Moshe his nation, V'hainu midos d'atzilus, that is the midos of Atzilus, V'lasi lavo reinu niflos, and like the days, I will show you wonders in the time to come. B'chinas Yemei Kedem, that they're like the days, but they're higher. They're the days of the days of Yemei Kedem instead of Yemei Olam. Shalamayla Matzilus, that's above Atzilus, K'moshe Kozva Arva Chulu Kishanim Kadmonios, like it says, and the Minchas Yud of Yerushalayim will be Yemei Olam Kishanim Kadmonios, and like the early days. That's like the Yemei Kedem. And further it explains about this pasuk, like the days of your going out of Mitzrayim. Teitze dafrish ein vav amud beis in Zohar teitze ubeperish ramaz sham kanal yain sham dafrish ein ches amud beis tikun Zohar tikun yud gimel daf kaf dalad amud beis tikun yud ches daf amud beis tikun kaf daf mem dalad amud aleph Mem Zayin Aleph, Tikun Kaf Aleph, Daf Samech Amud Beis, Daf Samech Aleph Amud Aleph, Ein Bebichaye, Parshas Vayechi, Al Pasuk Osri Legefen. Look what the Bechaye has to say in Parshas Vayechi on the verse that he ties the Gefen. V'sof Parshas Shemos binyan dome dodi letzvi. V'sof Parshas Shlach binyan keifel beis pamim mani havaya lokeichem. The Parshas Tzitzis ein sham ubir dvarav sham yuvan al pi ma shekasub l'kutei Torah b'dirushim, and the explanation of the Bechaye's words there, the two times ani havaya lokeichem, it's explained in L'kutei Torah and Rosh Hashanah b'dirushim Rosh Hashanah b'dibur hamaschil yom tov shel Rosh Hashanah shechal hiyos b'Shabbos parakei ubinyan haliyos telasi lavo, and concerning the concept of the elevations of the time to come. I'm Beis Mem Shin b'dibur hamaschil vaya b'yomahu yitaka. Ein b'mashin izbor b'dibur hamaschil vaya b'yomahu yitaka b'shofar gadol parakei v'zuv parak vav ad kanaga. So a whole bunch of minor makomos, without bringing down most of them. Upeirush kemeitzeis chameres Mitzrayim. The explanation of like the days of your going out of Mitzrayim. Hanushimaki shakasov inyan geula achrona litzias Mitzrayim. That is the pasuk. The Torah connects the concept of the final redemption with the going out of Mitzrayim, like the days of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Hu shekamo shekol ekatachlis amechuvan begalus Mitzrayim, and that is that just like the ultimate purpose of the exile of Mitzrayim, vashivu d'redu shana, and the subjugation for 210 years, hayebechdei lizchos lekabalos haTorah panim bepanim devar havaya, was in order to merit to receive the Torah face to face, the word of Hashem, Like it says that this is your sign. Botziacha es ha'am mitzrayim tavdu nes ha'elokim al hahar hazeh. Like it says, when you take out the nation from Mitzrayim, you should worship Elokim on this mountain. So the purpose is Matan Torah. Kach kol arichos hagalos hazeh ukdei lizkos legilui pnimis haTorah. So too, all the whole entire exile is in order to merit the revelation of the inner concept of the Torah. Sheyihi la'asid lavo, that will be in the time to come. Ki b'matan Torah haya kabbalas haTorah haniglis. Because by the giving of the Torah, you had to be receiving the revealed Torah of al pnimis taimei Torah, but the inner reasons of the Torah, yehi agilu shelahem la'asid lavo, their revelation will be in the time to come. Hagav zeu inyan yishakenim nishikus pihu, and this is the concept of he will kiss us with the kisses of his mouth, the secrets of the Torah in the time to come. Torah sof shir hashirim b'habir al pasuk al kol kavod chuppah ad kanaga. So that in terms of the chuppah, you have on each concept of kavod you have a chuppah, and there's a connection to the concept of the Gilui Pnimius HaTorah. And about this it says, I will show you wonders, like it says, we will see eye to eye. That I will see the land. Abir, so Parsha Aleph, Vayimashakaz Gabi Kriyas Yamsuf, V'dibra Maschil, V'hinif Yado al Hanahar, Perek Bezad Kanagan. Look what it says about that he'll wave his hand upon the river. V'kach b'inyan hashibud v'hagalus, and so too it is with the concept of the servitude and the exile. Shinamar b'galus Mitzrayim, that it says by the exile in Egypt, V'yimaru es chayehem, that their lives were embittered, ba'avoda kasha, with hard labor, bev chomer b'levenim, with mortar and with bricks, b'chol avoda basadeh, and all work in the field, kayal zman ha'achron, that this also applies to this final exile, v'yimaru es chayehem, that it embitters our life, hi haTorah, that refers to Torah, ki hi chayenu. What does it mean, chayehem? That's their life, that's Torah, that the embittering is the bitterness within the Torah and the toil of it. Ba'avoda kashas da kushya, and the Zohar says, what is the hard labor? That refers to the question that kasha is like kushya. The question, bechomer da kal v'chomer, the mortar that refers to the kal v'chomer, in the same lashon of as chomer, or bilavenim da libun hilchasa, and in the bricks that refers to the clarifying the halacha. And the Rebbe says on the bottom, "B'levenim, kal v'chomer b'levenim hilchasa b'chol avoda kinu lenachon b'ksav yad l'chor tzarich letakin b'Torah Ohr." That this lashon is most proper, and at first glance we'd need to have the same lashon in the Torah Ohr, just like the way it's brought down here in the Hagahos of the Tzemach Tzedek. Shesham ba'od hatevos b'levenim dal libun hilchasa shelo b'mekomam. That there, the words ublavenim da'ilibun hilchas are not in the proper place, but not because it needs to match the pasuk. And back inside. And all work in the field, that refers to the Braisa, that's outside, so to speak, of the Mishnah. Hagah Kain Pirish Bezorachil Gimel Parshas Balos Chadaf to Kuf Nun Gimel Amar Aleph Ein Mashakasim Iza Be'emek HaMelech Shad Tez Zayin Perek Tez Daf Kuf Kavav Amar Beis Dahinu Mashi Efshar Lagia El Psaka Alacha El Yidei Kushios B'Doch HaGadol Chulu. So the Emek HaMelech explains about the Zohar in Bahaloscha that the point of this statement is that you cannot reach a psak halacha without many questions and a hard effort. The halacha is not so clear. And therefore, when he hit the rock, which refers to the concept of the daughter of the king, the oral Torah that water comes from, it only came out drops and drops. Tipin chulu ad kan dvarav. That's the end of the quote from the Emek HaMelech. V'ayin bigers hakodesh sof dibor maskil v'maskilim es hiru v'ayin berabah sof Parshas toldos Parshas samach daled daf amud daled ayin beis daled daf ayin beis daled binyan be'eros Yitzchak be'ikra shma sitna, that you have these wells of Yitzchak that he dug, so to speak, from below in toil, and he called it enmity. Keneged samach shemos, corresponding with 60 names. Ein sham or al shem vayimaru es chayehem, to correspond with that he embittered their life. That the wells are a concept of life, and the sitna, the enmity of the other side about the wells, corresponds with the concept of the bitterness and toil of Torah in Yitzchak. Sitna machlokes. The what's sitna? The enmity that corresponds with machlokes in Torah v'kusha and questions. Vala itmar v'yimareru, and about that it says that it was embittered their life. And further, this concept of that he embittered their life is brought in Midrash Rabbah b'Shalach Parsha Kaf Daf Kuf Lamed Zayin al Pasuk V'lo Nacham Elokim, that Elokim did not allow them to go derech eretz plishtim. Reish Parsha Chavav al Pasuk Lo Shalavti Chulu, and also on the verse as explains by Eov, that he did not rest. Then that corresponds with the concept of the difficulties of Yaakov. I guess Yaakov also is the one who studies Torah. So the Yaakov's travails are like the toil in Torah, perhaps. Suf Parshas Ekev b'Shir Hashirim Rabal Pasukini Astav Avar. It's brought in Shir Hashirim on the verse that the autumn is past. She'ikra Shibur v'Amarirus Hayapevav Shana. That the main subjugation and enslavement was 86 years. Mishashin Olda Miriam, from the time Miriam was born. V'hainu Kecheshbon Shem Elokim Shupevav. And that is like the numerical value of the name Elokim, which is 86. Shemimenu nimshach ha'ester panim, that from which comes the hiding of countenance. Val ze nemar vayidaber Elokim el Moshe. And about this it says that Elokim spoke to Moshe, vayomer elav ani havaya. And says, and said to him, I am havaya, shalai dezeh dafka zachal legilu shem havaya. That specifically through this, they merited the revelation of the name of Havaya, that going through 86 years, the name of Elokim, the concept of Miriam, of bitterness, they merited the revelation of Shem Havaya. Like it says by the giving of the Torah, that Elokim spoke and said, I am Havaya, meaning the revelation of the name of Havaya through the name of Elokim. Anochi Havaya Lokecha. That it's through Miriam, the bitterness of exile, that we were redeemed, through this concept of the bitterness, that is through the sweetening of the physical bitterness, the klipas noga, the kedusha, that's through the bitterness and holiness. Mimara, like the concept of the waters of Mara, Shimtiko, that Moshe sweetened al yidei shishlichu l'sochan davar mar, through throwing something bitter into it. Vayin mashakasu mizab likuti Torah Parshas Nasa bebiral pasuk Nasos rosh b'nei Gershon be'inyan Merari. And look what's brought about the concept of the three sons of Levi, that one of them is Merari, that corresponds with the concept of bitterness as well. That so we have a concept of Mara, that's sweetening the Klippas Noga through the Merirus in Kedusha, that one bitterness purified the other, that the toil in Torah, and that bitterness sweetened the Klippas Noga and its bitterness. Look what's brought about the concept of Mordechai, that he's a myrrh, crushed myrrh, but is also Mera is also a language of Merirus shebemakom tahor chulu, that Mera dachya means bitterness in the place of purity. Dachya is purity. And Shem, look over there, that you have again bitterness on the side of Kedusha. Vayin od me'inyan v'yamaru es chayeihem. B'zor chelik aleph vayeshev daf kuf pe amar aleph chelik beis parsha bo daf mem beis amar beis al pasuk al matzos merorim. Look further about this concept of that he embittered their lives on how we are supposed to eat the korban pesach of matzah and maror. Chelik gimel Parshas Pinchas daf reish chavtes amar beis b'tikun ezor tikun kaf daf mem gimel amar beis tikun kaf aleph daf nun dalet amar beis tikun samach tes daf kuf zayin amar beis tikun yud ches daf tikun mem daf kuf mem amar aleph. And the Rebbe says on the bottom, tikun mem daf kuf mem amar aleph yesh kan tos amati ki nimtza b'tikun tes or b'tikun yud, and not tikun mem. Shala kuf samachay amar aleph b'dibur amaskil maror b'Parshas Shemos b'dibur b'dalad reish ches. And the Rebbe says on the bottom, dalad reish ches perush b'chelik derech chaim. B'derech chaim. B'dibur amaskil v'yamaru daf shin ches aleph vayin sham daf shin zayin sof amar aleph daf shin tes amar aleph ad kana go. And that is, we do not have in our hands a clear halacha and a clear judgment, because all the laws of the Torah are learned with machlokas, different opinions. Halalu mitarin valalu mitamin, that these purify and these make tameh, valalu poslin chulun, these say it's possible, and so forth, and these say kosher. And if so, just like the enslavement in Egypt with mortar and bricks, we merited the giving of the Torah, so too, through spiritually clarifying the halacha, will merit to have the revelation of the inner concept of Torah in the time to come. Flows to have, I will show you wonders. Kitzer. So in short, Inyan Mashakazu Beis Pami Milishmus B'nei Israel. Habai Mitzrayim. So you have this concept of why it says 2 times these are the names of the sons of Israel that are coming down to Mitzrayim. Liramos Mashakazu Yarud Yaradnu Beis Yeridos. That hints to, like the pasuk says, that we came down 2 descents into exile, ze achar zeh, one after the other, shenikra gam kein Mitzrayim, that's also called Mitzrayim berabos breshis parshat tezayin, v'chein b'geula, that the other exiles are all shem Mitzrayim, and so too in the redemption, v'anochi elcha gam alo, and I will elevate you, also elevate, hints to elevation from more than one exile. V'hu aliyah d'lasid lavo, and that is referring to the elevation in the final redemption, that the elevation going out of Mitzrayim will be subservient to it. Shabbos Kodesh, like the concept of Shabbos, In Shabbos, in comparison to the Shabbos of Shabbases, Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies, and that is like it says in the Pasuk. And Navi, like the days of going out of Mitzrayim, I will show you wonders. That is to say that the whole point of the exile in Mitzrayim was the bitterness in order to merit the receiving of the Torah. And the main concept of bitterness was 86 years, like the gematria of the name Elokim. That through this it sweetened, we merited the sweetness of the Torah through sweetening the bitterness. Shem Havaya, that revelation, it corresponds with the name Havaya that we got through the bitterness of Shem Elokim. So too through the second descent in the other exile, will merit the revelation of the inner Torah in the time to come, Ein B'Ein Yiru, that we will see eye to eye, and that is through the Chomer, the mortar that refers to the Kal V'Chomer, or B'Lebevenim, and with the bricks, Libun Hilchasa, that refers to the clarifying the halacha. And a note on this, and this is what it's written, Iti Milevanon Kala, and come with me from Lebanon, my bride, Iti Milevanon Tavoi, come with me from Lebanon, you should come, Uperish Barabos Milevanon. So what is Lebanon? That again refers Hainu B'chomer Levanim, again through the mortar and the bricks. And that is because the day of his wedding, that refers to the giving of the Torah. And that's when the souls of Israel are called the bride. Because they received the drop from the supernal wisdom, coming from wisdom, meaning the wisdom of the Torah. And the drop is, so that's like a bride and a groom in receiving the Torah. And how did we merit this level? That is through that he embittered our lives in Galus Mitzrayim. With the mortar and the bricks, we merited the giving of the Torah, the wedding. So when it says Iti Milevanon Kala, so it's referring to the concept of Levanon, because of the Libun Hilchasa, we merited to have the giving of the Torah. Maybe like the Levan Shemimenu Gidim Veratzamos. It's like the drop is white, perhaps. Like it's brought in Pri Etz Chaim that the generation that left Mitzrayim were a Gilgul of the generation of that built the tower of Bavel, Shenemar Vatihila Hem Halavein La'aven, and like that it says that the bricks were for them a stone, that they're the ones who have this concept of bricks. That it says that the brick is a concept of the other side, the side of impurity. And that's why it says by Yaakov that he stripped the sticks, he had these sticks that were livneh, that like the word levena, when he was purifying Lavan. And that's why it says that their bricks were them for stone. That is to say that that instead of the concept of Even Bochen, which is a concept of the measuring stone, the stone of holiness, so instead they put the Sitra de Misavusa, the Levena, the brick. And the maidservant when she inherits her matron. So that's the end of the quote from the Pri Etz Chaim. And from this we can understand what it says in Yechezkel, and that Hashem tells Yechezkel, take for yourselves a stone and draw on it Yerushalayim, to symbolize the siege, and that is because stones are letters, like it says, the two stones build two houses. Belikuti Torah Parshas b'midbar b'dibra maschil v'restich le'olam b'parshas chukas b'vir al pasuk zus chukas HaTorah v'sof Parshas v'zos sabrach b'dibra maschil mizmor chukas avayis David b'durush hasheni b'sofo. All the concept of malchus and letters and Yir Elokeinu, the concept of stones. Aval aveina zehu osios shenaflu m'shem ban b'shviras hakelim, but the brick that refers to letters that fell down in Shem ban with the breaking of the vessels, lihi yosh tayesh davar nifrad, to have the existence, a separate entity, a separate existence, like the concept of the sheep that in front of her shears she is silent. That to cut off the hairs, which are the letters, in order so that it should be separate from the body, that is to say, to have the world to be an existence and something for itself and not attached. So that's like shearing the hairs, that the hairs are the letters. And that's because the desire desires to be separate. And that's the concept of the generation, of spreading out, of the outspreading, the scattering, meaning to say, a peleg, the generation of division. Because it's dividing from, it's like we said, it's cutting off the hairs. That they wanted to go in their desire of their hearts, meaning not attached. And not to receive the life force from the concept of the stone, the measuring stone, which perhaps is like the kavamida. But like we said, it's the concept of malchus, of the Hashem's kingship and ruling. But rather from the side of impurity, from the concept of the brick. Therefore, the rectification is through the concept of embittering their lives with mortar and bricks, a tikkun for their building the tower. So we use bricks in Kedusha to rectify the bricks and the Le'umazeh. And through this they're purified and have from it the concept of my bride from the Levanon. From this libun, from the levena, you get to the bride. Kefal od, kafal od, and it says it again. Itim levanon, come again with me from the Levanon, from this levena. Ainu aidi libun hilchasa achshav, and that refers to the fact that we have the second exile, second redemption, and that's comes from and is compared to the Galus Mitzrayim, and again through the libun hilchasa. That's how we reach the second kala, the second concept in Matan Torah, the Vigilei Pnimius HaTorah. That's also a concept of mortar and bricks. That, like it says, the chomer, the mortar, refers to the kal v'chomer in the study of Torah. Raglav kemase livnasa sapir cholun lukaspran Parshas Mishpatim. By the giving of the Torah, it says that underneath his feet, so to speak, was like the likeness of a sapphire levena, a sapphire brick. And that the Tzaras Hashib was in front of Hashem, but it was shining, meaning to say that it's a concept of purifying that idea. So through this you'll have the revelation of the inner concept of Torah in the time to come. That's also the concept of the Lebanon, because the word Lebanon is made out of Lamed Beis, which is 32, and 32 paths of wisdom, and the word Nun, the Nun Shari Bina, the 50 gates of wisdom. So that's Chachma. Lebanon is Chachma Bina. Torah Niglis Nimshach Mebrichinas Novlos Chachma, and the revealed Torah, it comes from the what fell down from the Torah, that which fell down from wisdom, from Chachma, not the inner Chachma. But in the time to come, you'll have the revelation of the inner concept of Torah. That is the inner concept of Chachmei Law. And the 50th gate of Bina, that was not given over to Moshe Rabbeinu. Until Har Nevo Lechor. Nun Palzen Emorarin Riflos, Nun Plos, and that's the diktuk on this pasuk. I will show you wonders. Niflos is made out of Nun and Plos, 50 wonders. Shushara Nun, which that refers to the 50th gate. Bichinas Nesiv Loido Ayit Chulu, that's that path that the falcon doesn't know. Ulchein Nemar Bez Pamim Milvanon. That's why it says 2 times Levanon, neged Bichinas Oraisa Sasim Megalia, to correspond with the Torah in being hidden and revealed. Itim Levanon Kala, Itim Levanon Tavoi. Kitzer Zeu, Itim Levanon Kala. So in short, that's the pasuk. Come with me from Levanon, my bride. Zeu Biyom Chasunasu Zematan Torah. That refers to the day of his wedding, the day of the giving of the Torah. Benim Shach Lemaydim Levanon. And this is drawn through the concept of Levanon, meaning with mortar and bricks, that spiritually those were the, according to the Arizal and Pri Etz Chaim, that refers to the very high souls, that were blemished in the generation of the division, that they replaced the concept of the Evan with the Levena, the brick, instead of the stone. In Kedusha. And that was rectified in the exile in Mitzrayim through the mortar and bricks. And therefore it's specifically from the Levanim that she's called the bride. And then a second time it says, come with me from Levanon. So that's the second concept in the brick. And that is in this exile we have to toil in Torah, the purification of the halacha, the clarifying of the halacha. Kamaisa livnasas appear, like the giving of the Torah. It says that he had this brick that was brilliant. That's the light of the purification of our shibud. Mizeh yihia kala, and through this you'll have the bride lasid lovo in the time to come. Makabel pnimisa Torah, that you have a concept of Matan Torah. Then also in that it's a revelation of the inner concept of the Torah, the pnimis of the Chachmei Law, instead of novlos Chachma Torah. We can say that that's the lower kala, the yud, and the higher shechina, ad kanaga, or the higher shechinta. So that it says on the bottom. We can say that this is nimsabdach kama pamim minyanim behakitzorim shelo bo beferish befnim. So it's found a number of times, concepts that are in the kitzur that aren't mentioned clearly inside the paragraph of the Mamer. This is something regular that the Tzemach Tzedek would do. He would bring Epis HaChiddush in the Kitzur. Kala Tata Yud V'Shchinta Ilah. So you have the lower Kala, the Yud, and the higher Shchinta. L'chora Yesh Kana Shemata. At first glance, this statement is missing something. V'tzarech lios. And it should say Kala Tatavela. You have the lower Kala and the higher Kala. Shchinta Tatavela, the lower and higher Shchinta. I'm careful to say Shchinta because there's a Mamer that explains the difference between Shchina and Shchinta. So when it says Shchinta, it could be a B'diuk, a Shchinta, not Shchina. Look at Shir Shirim in the beginning, the first Mamer of Shir Shirim, that talks about the difference between Kala Tatani law and the Shkinta Tatani law. V'tzarech needs to be looked into exactly how this corresponds with these two Kalas and these two Levanons and so forth. The first exile and the exile Asilavo